So how many ads have you seen about an online coaching course or mentorship program? Well, do those things even work? Find out today on the 5 Squad. All right. Hello and welcome everybody to episode 9 here of the 5 Squad podcast. My name is Evan Andrews.
I'm Haley Andrews.
And today we are talking about something that we both actually believe quite a bit in, and that is coaching and mentorship.
We didn't always believe in it though.
No, we definitely did not. To be honest, I didn't even know that those things were in existence,
right?
Really,
you're wait, that's for gurus or something like that.
I didn't really.
I already went to college.
Didn't understand it. Yeah, I mean, when you go to college, I don't want to say you have it all figured out, but you don't feel.
Yeah, but we were made to think that we did if we did that.
Right. So, and I think coaching and mentorship is definitely something that has propelled my success thus far. Beginning 2021-ish.
I think so.
Yeah, I joined a coaching and mentorship program.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
For video business owners. And it was to help me get the tools and systems that I needed to help propel
I just remember you sold it to me. You pitched it to me and I was like, okay.
Yeah, and the gist of it was how to take a solopreneur, a freelancer, into somebody that is a full-fledged business owner, and how to install systems and everything to really grow a business
for you.
and yeah, I mean, it literally has changed everything that I do, and in so much fashion that I actually am a coach for that same exact program.
I love it. Full circle.
That I went through. Yeah, it's full circle stuff is weird. It feels weird sometimes. And
I
especially
think it's exactly what you were destined for.
Yeah. So, if anybody out there is interested and is owns a video business or whatever, we'll have links in the description of the videos that you're watching right now. So I coach for a program called Master Filmmaker. And again, like I mentioned, it's for video business owners, freelancers that need the systems to really run a legitimate business. So we teach a lot of stuff over there, from mindset to sales to the marketing side of things, setting up all of the back ends that people don't realize are very funnels, necessary. All of the stuff that goes into it, we teach you how to do all of that. So it's been pretty fun. I've been coaching for them for about a little over a year now, I think.
I love listening to you on coaching calls.
I have my days though where sometimes it's like, okay, is this really what I want to do today?
Just like a teacher has the days where she doesn't want to teach. Yeah, it's the same thing. You're like, oh.
Overall though, I think I enjoy it because it keeps me on my toes.
Yes.
It keeps me accountable for the things that I also am doing on a daily basis. Now, if I wasn't doing it and I had more time to really grow my business, could my business maybe be growing faster than it is? Who knows?
But
maybe.
I think the industry for you is always changing. So the coaching program allows you to kind of troubleshoot other people's stuff. Yeah. So that it also is helping you as well.
When I run across a problem, it's like I already know how to fix it because I've ran across it before. So, yeah, I mean, it's completely changed my life, and we are typically scared to take those dives.
What scared you the most about it?
I
think I know what you're going to say, but I don't know.
No, I mean, to be honest, it was just whether or not I could financially make it happen. And then when I asked my mom if she would help me with that, and she said yes, then
But
it
even
was
you were afraid, worried asking her too.
Yeah,
even
no,
I mean, she would do anything for you, but
I'm like, how my mom is in her credit, so I mean, I'm still paying back the loan that I got. I take it out. I mean, I'm almost done. I only have a couple more payments.
Think about the debt we're in from going to college. I mean, I'm going to be paying that off the rest of my life, and it didn't give me even close to what
I don't really want to.
I know.
My college was all forgiven, and I got my money back.
I'm saying,
it's one of those things. So you don't ever really think like, oh, I need another somebody telling me what to do, because we're entrepreneur. Like, we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to navigate the waters. We're trying to.
I mean, but not even just that. We're raising children in such an expensive time period, and it's like, I definitely do not have even close to that amount of money to drop on anything. I don't care how great it is.
And not all of them are worth it. I mean, you know that I've went through another one that
lesson learned.
Dropped $15,000 on, and it did not do for me what it quote unquote promised. Now, could some of that be my fault? Maybe. But I didn't feel like I was getting the coaching that I needed out of it. And it eventually just became more of a time suck for me.
Yep.
And I wasn't able to
so really you just move on.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just have to cut the cord. I mean, you can only try and make something work for so long until it is showing itself in other areas of your life. And it just, when it wasn't serving me in the way that I needed it to, I knew there was time to move on from that.
And you're just like, I can't like sit and dwell in the financial aspect of that.
Yeah,
and I think
well, I mean, the finances was done. I mean, within the it was a 3-month payment process. But
I'm just saying like that, like shows how much you've grown from just a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah. Like if you would have said, are you going to spend $15,000 to do this thing for the next year? I would have said, no. Like, hell no.
But see, my journey with coaching and mentorship is a little different than yours. And it's probably male, female.
Well, it's also, I think the type of coaching too, in some of a sense.
I remember like right at 20, a little before your coaching stuff, I came across a lady that was like a parenting kind of life coach. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I need, because we were all home and it was just constant arguing. And I really liked her, but it fell through for, whatever reasons. And then it was that falling through that made me realize like, man, I really want to pursue something, but I didn't really know what. Yeah. I mean, I've been in and out of therapy and things like that, but I wanted something that was a little bit more like future focused and more about like positivity rather than like, let's look back and think about all the things that suck.
Right.
And I remember when I found my life coach, I think I had to pitch it to you too, because I was like, there's no way. I don't care what payment plans or how affordable it could be. Like, there's just no way that we can make this work for me, right? Like, I was thinking, we could do it for you. Like, it was worth it for you.
I'm glad that I paid for it for you.
Yeah. So, but for me, it's not business related, technically. It's more about learning.
It's a mindset mostly.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's.
That's what I think life coaches really help you do, is they really help you like get your mindset on the path that you need to be in.
There's so many different types of like niches, even in the life coaching industry. So like for me,
not everybody's life is the same.
Right. So, I mean, but you could have a business life coach. You could have a whatever.
Family,
I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so for me, I didn't even know what I needed out of it or what I wanted to get out of it. I just knew I needed something to change, Yeah. And it goes back to what we talked about, in a couple of past episodes. If you don't invest in yourself or something for yourself, sometimes you won't take it as seriously. Mm-hmm. And I really attribute most of my, not necessarily success, but like growth towards success to the work that I've done with her. I mean, you can only have so many best friends in life that, are going to hype you up and push you. And this is so different. She allows you to see who you really are. Like, I think like we said, we kind of are grown up thinking we should do this and live like this. And we don't realize that we don't align with that.
Right.
So my coaching program is different than yours. Less expensive, but
what would you say to because yours is like you just said, yours is different because it's more of like a life coach. It's not so much like a business coach. What would you say to those people that, life coaching might be something that they really need to push their business forward, but maybe are kind of like hesitant because they feel like it's therapy?
Okay, yeah. I think the stigma around self-help is getting a little bit less rigid. I think more people are pro and willing. Yeah. I think it's the people that have experienced the most trauma though that are afraid of it. I know, speaking from experience, like I don't want to go just lay it all out on the table. But I think for anybody that's on the fence, do it for yourself. And especially if you're a parent, do it for your kids, do it for your future. Whether you go therapy or you go life coaching, I think there is no convincing. I think you're the only thing that's stopping you from living your best life. I grew up thinking like this was it. This was the limit. You know, I can only go so far. And just being able to work with Samantha has shown me that, you can believe and manifest pretty much anything that you put your mind to, and you can have a life full of possibilities if you can rephrase the things that you tell yourself. Yeah. And it's so crazy that something as simple as the coaching program that I went through is, I'm like, that's it. I would pay a lot of money too. And I probably will have a life coach the rest of my life. I really think it's just like a non-negotiable for me, I think, we get in these.
I think that's going to be one of my next like things that I look into. Like the guy that might be a new client of mine, he's more of like a faith-based like men's coach.
Yep.
And it's mostly tailored around like life. And I think that's something that I probably need.
Well, because as parents, not everybody obviously, but as parents, our whole like world revolves around our family and our lives. And sometimes you don't realize that you don't get those thoughts out of your head. You have like 10 minutes with your spouse, and you're definitely not going to be like, okay, let's think about how you felt today. So I think getting some help somehow to help you realign your thoughts is something that we don't realize how great it is, No,
and I agree. And I think you were just on the precipice of kind of saying it there, where it's like,
it's transformative. It really is.
Aren't meant to be. We're not meant to be each other's therapists.
Right.
We're not meant to be each other's like.
Right.
Yes, we need to lean on each other.
Right. And we can pump each other up, but our own
having a freshness to something. Outside.
It's having an unbiased person that has no knowledge of this, that, or the other, providing you with, actionable steps, guidance, tools, resources,
honesty,
and things like that you don't get in life. Like you don't get that from a coworker. You don't get that from a friend. You have to have someone completely neutral.
And funny and ironically enough, like me and Eric just had a conversation the other day about Eric is being the guy that owns the coaching program that I went through and now coach for. He was telling me that being harder on the people in the program is going to be more beneficial to them than just kind of just being on an encouragement standpoint.
No, yeah, I don't need someone to just.
You have to be real with them. You have to be like, dude, your video sucks.
Yeah, that's the thing. You do need to hear that, and you need to be able to learn how to handle that type of criticism without completely self-sabotaging. You know what I mean? That's like for me working with Samantha. She gives me like, okay, here's not homework, but I love homework. Not for my children.
The teacher loves homework, ladies and gentlemen.
I like a worksheet or a tangible way to show that I'm showing up for myself, right? And then I show it to her or I share it with her. And
it's
then
accountability.
Right. And then, we kind of take it apart and we have steps to go through. And I feel like
the growth part of it.
Yeah, you just don't get that. That's not a freebie you can get.
Yeah, well, you don't get that in college. You don't get that. And, you get the grades, and that maybe does something for somebody.
Yeah, but I graduated second in my class from U of H, and my twins were only 2 months old, and I thought that was going to be the most fulfilled I was ever going to feel, and literally it was just like a Tuesday to me. You know what I mean? It just.
So overall, recommend, don't recommend coaching or mentorship?
Oh my gosh, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, yeah.
But 5 years ago, me would have been like, what? That's for
and that's the
people.
Abundance that's for mentality kind of growth and everything. And yeah, I get it. It's also not for everybody because you do have to financially be able to do certain things.
Oh, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say you have to be willing to put in work. And
that too.
That's one thing
but I think that's the disconnect too. People don't They think because, I'm going to pay $15,000 for this course that it's going to be
wake up and be successful.
It's just handed to them.
I'm going to be happy.
And that's not the case.
Right.
And that's like a mental shift that I think a lot of people have to go through. I mean,
but I think any program, mentorship, anything, like ours are different. But one thing that we both learned from them is the mindset around everything, that you don't learn that in life sometimes, we're not.
You nailed it. Or sometimes you need somebody to smack you in the face and say like, wake up, like this is what it's like,
right.
or whatever.
And when it's someone that you don't know, it's not really offensive. You're like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because like if you told me some of the things that she's probably told me, I'd be like, excuse me.
Well, babe,
so
with that, I know we could probably talk about that one for another 4.5 hours. It's my
favorite topic, and
we might talk about it again.
And I actually have a lot of resources to share with you guys and discount codes, and I have all of her freebies linked.
Put everything in the description.
And you can always. She also has a free digital vision board template.
Boom.
I did the whole thing, and it's really
free,
awesome.
ladies and gentlemen. This is your freebie. We talked about freebies before, but the avalanche is to come from there. But check them out. If you're a video business owner, check out the stuff in the comments or in the description here as well.
Yep.
But
we'll share all our links there.
Everybody for watching this episode. This has been episode 9.
See you next
of
week.
the 5 Squad podcast.